Hey everybody, welcome back to Magic Orthodoxy. My name's David, and this is a Magic Review. Hey guys, welcome back to Magic Orthodoxy. Got another one from TCC. Why? Because they're killing it. They're killing it lately. And they always send me a nice big box with several tricks. We've been going through them. And as an extra bonus, I'm going to include a second review at the end of this one. That's right. You won't just get one review. You're going to get two for the price of your money, which are free, right? So two for free. Yeah. Today we're going to look at Michael Breggar's flat dice. What is flat dice? Flat dice is a math effect. It's a predicted number effect. It's going to make you appear as though you're some sort of savant. Yes. They're going to have a handful of red dice. However, they've been squishtified so that they only have two sides. So whereas a normal dice has 6 sides, each one of these dice only has 2. And each side is different, obviously, right? There's an odd side and an even side. And you're going to get 3 sets of dice, which means you're going to get 9 flat dice, okay? You'll get 9 flat dice for $45. You will also get 2 prediction cards, and that'll be like your total. And in a nutshell, what's going to happen is your spectators are going to roll the dice, or shake the dice, drop them to the table. Your back is turned the entire time. You're going to ask them one single question, and then you're going to say, count up all the dice, and I know the answer. The answer is 29. And when you turn back around, there will be 29 spots facing up. So let's do it again. But this time, let's add more dice. And you're going to add 3 more dice to the mix. They shake it up. Now it seems like it's even more impossible. They lay it down on the table. Again, your back is turned. You ask them one question only. You say, this time I think the answer is 54. And you turn around and they count them up and it's 54. Third time around, they shake up all the die. They drop them to the table. They're free to move some things around and select just a couple of dice. And then you say, all along I've had this card in an envelope on the table. You pull the card out, turn it over, and the prediction on the card matches the number of the flat dice. You want to see it? Of course, it's a TCC product, so everything's going to come in this matte black cardboard box that says Michael Breggar's flat dice, right? And here's an example of a flat dice. Now that's a 1, right? Obviously. You're seeing the other end shine through. So this one die has a 1 on one side and a 2 on the other side. This has a 3 on one side and a 4 on the other. So you'll get a 1, 2, a 3, 4, and a 5, 6, and you'll get 3 sets of these. And they're nice red acrylic, just like real die are. And your 2 prediction cards show what the total could be. So this is not a real die face, right? This is an 8. So this is 28. So you're going to say the answer is 28, and you pull this out. Or you're going to say the answer is 35. Okay? So the total of the die is 35. 35. So you got these 2 cards and the 9 die and your tutorial. So, is it what I thought? No. I did not know it would be a math trick. I figured it would have something to do with flat dice. Like, I don't know. I didn't watch the trailer, so I figured, maybe it's, you have a 6-sided dice and you squish it and it turns flat. That's just where my brain goes. So, it is a math trick. Yes, it is a math trick. But they are well made. All the die are that red acrylic that die are. It's a little bigger, right, than a standard die. But when they're in their hands, when they drop them to the table, they're going to act and react just like die would, right? So the video is an overhead shot, and it's Michael Breggar talking to the camera. There is some horrible 70s bar nightclub music going on in the background, which I really could have done without. I do not know why music is ever included in tutorials. It's never needed. And this music was just so bad that it was very distracting. It's too bad I couldn't turn the music down while I watched it. There was an intro, there's some history, they talk a little bit about it, and then he brings out the dice and they show you exactly how it works, and he puts all the math on screen so that you can follow along, which was helpful, right? To hear it audibly and then to see it visually, I think that's a good way to learn, especially if you want to learn something fast or learn something new for the very first time. There is math, and you know I'm not a big fan of math, I'm not. But he's going to walk you through the secret formula, and the good news is it is just a formula. Once you learn it, it'll be the same every time. So he's going to give you all the information you need. Then he'll talk about some of the fishing questions. There are fishing questions, okay? And then he's going to walk through the whole routine, the routine I mentioned earlier, that's a part of the 3-phase setup. First phase is limited amount of die, they shake and drop, you reveal the number. Second phase, you add more die, they shake and drop, you know the number. Third is they shake and drop, make a choice, they make some sort of decision, and then you reveal your prediction, that you had predicted it the entire time. So that's the 3-phase routine, and they'll walk through each one of those. Pocket space, they're pretty flat, right? Pretty flat. You could easily carry them all in one pocket. And if you're a fan of math tricks, if you're a fan of gambling routines, right? Because die automatically kind of fall in line with gambling. That's good. If you're a mentalist, this is good too, because you know your mind is working only because you can't obviously see, right? Your back is turned, so that's good. There's no setup, there's no reset because there's no moving parts. None of the dice are gaffed. They can all be inspected. There's no angles to them. They are what they are. They really are. There's nothing special. I wasn't hiding anything from you. They look just like that. They act just like that. They're flat die. There's no magnets, no trap doors, nothing, no sliding, no flaps, no nothing. They are what they are. Yeah. So positives, it's a fun routine, right? Fun routine. Certainly different. It's an oddity. No one's ever seen flat dice before. You'll be the one that stands out in their mind. Like, remember that magician that had those flat dice? It'll make you stand out, right? Negatives for me, always math, right? I just don't like math. I'll tell you the math. Okay, the math is a small piece of subtraction followed by a small piece of addition. That's it. You're doing a little subtraction and a little addition, and that is it. If you can count to 18 or 21, you know, you got it. You got it. And you're doing it while your back is turned. So if you need to use your fingers, you can, because they can't see you, right? If you're sitting there going, okay, you could totally do that because they can't see you. You could do it down here, you know, down here at your waist, if you wanted to. You could move it with your mouth. You could move your mouth, right? If that helps, because they can't see you. So, and they're doing stuff. So you're doing the math in your head while other stuff is going on. So there's plenty of cover for it. But the other thing was, I didn't love the fishing question because, well, twofold. Number one, you ask the same question every time. So for all 3 phases, you're always going to ask them the same question, which then would tip the spectator off that because you can't see what's going on, that question must be important. And sometimes, if your spectator knows that question is important, they'll lie, right? They could lie. And if they lie, the trick's over with. You can't do it. They have to be truthful every single time to the same exact question. So it's on you to make it seem like the question is not important. But you're going to ask the same exact question in the same exact way, and it's a number that you need, or it's an answer. Sorry, it's an answer you need. It's an answer you need in order to do the effect. The other thing about the fishing question that I did not love is the question is about numbers. It's about numbers. You're asking them to tell you something about what they're looking at. So for me, the question just seems too obvious. Sure, they don't know how you're doing it, but they know it has something to do with the question you're asking and the number that they're giving you, right? So, I don't know, if you were good at math, if I'm starting with X amount of die Then there's a probability that probably falls in place. And then I give you a number, and then you use the starting number and my editing number. I don't know. If my reveal is about numbers, I wish the fishing question wasn't about numbers, right? I don't know. And I get it. The spectator won't figure it out. At least they won't know how you did it, but they would kind of know what you were doing, I would think. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just math, right? It's not sleight of hand. It's just math. So if you like math tricks, if you like gambling tricks, or mentalism tricks that are fun and creative, this might be fun for you. Michael Breggar's flat dice from TCC Magic. I want to thank TCC, Michael Breggar, for allowing me to have this so I could do the review for you. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hey everybody, before you go, I got one more thing to tell you about, one more thing to show you, because I know your time is valuable, so is mine, right? And rather than just give you one video, one review, and that's it, let me give you two. I'll come back to this. I'll talk about it some more. But while we're here, while we're talking, let's cover one more base. This is the EDC holder from TCC Magic. When I first saw this, I thought, oh, it's something that holds your EDCs, like holds cards, holds coins, holds packet tricks. No. Think of this as more of a Swiss Army knife. It's a Swiss Army knife for magicians. You can carry it on a clip, so it can rest on your pocket or your belt loop, right? And it's multi-tool, so it has a little side, and then another side, and then another side, and then another side. It does 4 things. What does it do? Well, first, it's a flash paper load. You can quickly access flash paper for visual vanishes or dramatic productions. It just pops right out, like out of a little dispenser. Think of it as a tissue box that expels flash paper. It also does the same thing for double-sided tape. So one side discreetly applies tape to your finger or your cards for very clean vanishes and reveals. It also dispenses invisible thread. Now you'll never be without it. You can retrieve a strand instantly wherever you are. And lastly, it also includes a blister effect, which means you can reveal a symbol or a prediction as a blister on your skin for a powerful finale. That's right, it does all 4 of those things, okay? Doesn't do any magic in and of itself. You're gonna get a tutorial that walks you through how to load all those various compartments, right? And what you'll need. But for 28 bucks, you get a little, let's call it a magic Swiss Army knife that clips onto your belt loop, right? You could conceal it underneath your jacket pocket. So when you're out there performing in the real world and you're thinking, oh, that flash paper didn't work, or I think doing something funny with flash paper right now would be funny, or even a spectator says, well, can you make fire up here? Now you can. You just tuck down, pull off a little sheet of flash paper, ball it up, go over to their dinner candle, and poof, right? Same thing with double-sided tape. If you realize that the card on the bottom isn't the one that has the sticky stuff on it, or the card on the top is missing its sticky stuff, or the tack, you want to make something disappear, anything the spectator hands you, you instantly apply a little piece of double-stick tape, stick it under their cup or their dinner plate or the bottom of your shoe, and it's gone. And same thing with IT. How many times have you had IT break? Now you have a little tiny dispenser that'll shoot out a little thread you need whenever, and it has a blister effect as well. So a fun little EDC that does 4 things. I just wanted to tell you about it. 28 bucks. Of course, I'll circle back to this again, and we'll do a full review for it later, but why not give you 2 reviews in one? All right?